you so much for tuning in to Live with Momma Cuisine. This is our special back to school broadcast today. I have such amazing guests. If it's your first time watching, this is a show that we do once a month, every second Tuesday of the month, right here on mommacuisine.com at 11 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern. Actually, you can watch it anywhere. You can watch it all over the world, right? Because we're online. So that's what we do here. Today I have three really great guests here. I have Dr. Dena Mendez coming up first, who actually, we have her book here, Kicking Cancer's Ass, a survivor's guide to kicking cancer's ass. Really amazing, inspiring story that everyone should know, and definitely get this book. And we're actually giving away a copy of her cookbook right here, Share the Health cookbook, with really great simple recipes, healthy of course, and delicious. We have Dr. Bob Weil, the sports doctor, who has his own radio show here locally. An amazing guy. We're going to talk a lot about tips of kids in sports and just getting kids active. And we have Jasmine Jafferali, Healthy Jasmine, on Twitter and healthyjasmine.com, with her tips as well. And we're going to talk about her Snack Smart Solutions app to help us snack healthy along the way and throughout the day. That rhymed. That's awesome. I want to make sure that I want to thank our sponsors, Kenmore. Make sure you check out cookmore.com, their new recipe site. Log on to cookmore.com. You can see my recipes there, as long as recipes of a lot of other people and chefs. You could upload your own, even create your own cookbooks type stuff. It's really, really great. Casa by Charleston, where we stream our show live. This beautiful kitchen we're at. Make sure you go to casabycharleston.com. And right now we're gonna go to our first guest. Dr. Dena Mendez is here today. We're gonna cook up some food.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here.
I'm so excited to share with you a healthy either breakfast or a healthy lunch that you can send your kids to school with. And it's really great for kids who can't have wheat and gluten and can't take sandwiches, so to speak, to school. And you know, sometimes wheat and gluten-free bread can be so difficult because it has to be toasted and then it gets hard before they get to eat it. So this happens to be a really fun way that you can roll up like a sushi type of lunch for them. And kids all love sushi.
It's fun.
They all love sushi.
It's all about having fun while you're eating.
Exactly. And sometimes I just sit on the couch with the kids and I swear we just eat these right out of the package, which is this. So what we're going to do is, and you don't have to be an expert sushi roller.
No, make it fun.
Make it
Love
fun
that stuff.
and have fun with it.
Well, let's talk about, before we do this, I want to learn more about your journey, because you have such a great story, and I think everyone should really know. I mean, Survivor's Guide to Kicking Cancer's Ass, and tell us about how that started in your journey when you got diagnosed with cancer.
Well, kind of the shortened version, a quick version, because it's been a 12,
you have to buy the book.
You have to buy the book. It's been a 12-year journey. So basically what happened was 12 years ago I had a very small pre-cancerous tumor, and this is the most important part of the whole book, because it was a pea-sized, pre-cancerous, totally encapsulated tumor that the doctor missed. He did not do the proper lumpectomy, where he did a frozen section while I was under to make sure that he got it all. So basically, in a cooking show, I could say he left half the pea in. And called me 5 weeks later, which was way too long later, saying, oops, I didn't get it all. So we opened up basically a can of cancer worms, and I've subsequently then had breast, bone, lung, liver, brain, neck, all over, and it's kind of traveled all over. And without being in kick-ass shape and really using food, which is our platform, it's our foundation, it's the everything. And I always say our food is like our ammo, it's like our weaponry. And I never leave home without it. So sometimes I'll roll these little treats up and put them in a little baggie or a glass dish and take them with me and eat them in the car.
Really, you healed yourself through food.
I healed myself through food. Well, food, you know, there's always an emotional component to every dis-ease. So I always connect the physical and emotional dots of disease. And I use, you know, I also combine traditional therapies with alternative therapies, which I think everybody should do. And then my cookbook gives a lot of quick, healthy, easy, because a lot of times when we're not feeling well, or we're going through chemotherapy, or we're just busy moms, we have to make things quick and easy. We don't want to be in the kitchen for 8 hours cooking like the old days,
And we want to eat well.
These kitchens are beautiful now. Now they've made them more beautiful than ever, and we're spending less and less time in it.
So let's get this recipe. Like you said, breakfast is perfect. An important meal of the day, but it's something that we could pack, which we always need new and fresh lunchbox recipes.
Ideas, of course. So just to make it really quick and simple, and introducing the audience to some things that maybe they haven't used, daikon happens to be a heavy metal detoxifier, a great detoxifier. It's a radish. It tastes a little bit like a radish. It's a little spicy, so you got to kind of feel around your kids' taste buds. But for us adults, we love it, of course. Yes. So what I did was I grated up some daikon here on the plate, and then I grated up some carrot as well right here. So I have carrot and daikon.
You can get your kids to even help you, right?
Yeah, and they'll have fun. And then
rice is actually in here. You gotta pull it out and go behind you.
Okay, so we heated up the rice, and the reason why is because we have to have at least one hot ingredient. Either the eggs or the rice is hot, and that's what helps make this turn this into like sticky paper.
Right.
So what will happen is we'll put the rice, and you just kind of put it all in a little line across the middle.
And the key for sushi, right? No overstuff. Like don't
overstuff it. And by the way,
this is brown.
Just so you, and it's brown long grain. Now, what's the difference between long grain and short grain rice? People always ask me that. They want to know. And here's the answer. In the summertime, the grass grows longer. So the long grain is more expansive for spring, for summer. It's an expansive rice, and it's something that we eat during the spring and summer months. It's when we're kind of coming out of hibernation and expanding. And then the winter, we kind of pull inward. It's kidney season, and we're hunkering down. We're eating those root vegetables. We're kind of going inward for hibernation.
Yes.
And then the grass doesn't grow, so that's the short grain.
So it's really just the season.
It's the energetics of food, and I go a lot by energy and seasonal. Seasonal eating is huge for me.
Yes.
So, so here's some avocado,
really good fat. That I know.
Great fat, and I love. And the more the merrier for me with the avocado.
Me too. And you can use it as mayo, right? Like in sandwiches.
Yes. So now we're gonna put some carrots.
Okay.
Now we've made it a little thick, but okay.
Because we're hungry.
Yeah, we're starving because we haven't eaten yet. Okay, so then you're gonna have some daikon, and then you're gonna start to roll it up. Okay. And you can roll from here like you were starting to. Now, what's the glue? So you roll, so I don't have any special sushi mat. I'm not a sushi mistress. I'm not a sushi expert. Okay, so hold that there. Now, what's my glue? Now, I just washed my hands, just so you know. But okay, so here's my glue, my tamari. I use the not soy sauce with a bunch of chemicals and high sodium, but I use the wheat and gluten-free, low sodium tamari.
So I roll this up.
Yeah, finish that up.
Okay.
Finish that up. Now the best part of the whole thing is that you put a little bit of your tamari on your plate, or in a little, or you can get one of those little Japanese kind of bowls.
Cute little bowl.
And make it cute and fun for the kids, right? And then you don't even have, and I know some of it might start to kind of fall out, right, exactly. But what you do is you kind of hold it like a little hand roll, and then you dip it in.
And your bites.
And then take a bite. Now when it's hot, and there's hot egg and hot rice, then it actually makes it right. So a couple other things and tips just for you families and moms out there. You know, being wheat and gluten-free and dairy-free is like being a mixologist. So I like to mix things up. So you're not going to get the consistency you need from just coconut milk yogurt or just almond milk yogurt. One's too thin, one's too thick. You got to mix them together to get that yo-play feel. The other thing is greens, and more greens for your kids. Get them to start eating their greens. I have my kids put it with their steak, with their scrambled eggs on toast, with everything. And if they don't want to eat breakfast, go to my website, www.denashealthyu.com, and Metagenics has an unbelievable medical grade food supplement shake with a banana in it.
That we need on busy mornings.
On busy mornings.
In between school and sports.
For sure in between school and sports. It's chock full of vitamins and nutrients and all the protein they need. And it's 7 o'clock in the morning. A lot of these kids are like, I don't want to eat, But a smoothie with a banana in it, and you can sometimes sneak in a kale leaf or a Swiss. My kids were finally like, that's what you've been putting in here all this time? So with a couple of chunks of frozen fruit or frozen banana, it's amazing. And this one's called Ultra Meal. It's great for the kids. It comes in chocolate. It's really yummy.
Yum. I could use a couple of glasses of that.
It's
now
great.
she was so nice enough, Dr. Dena. Thank you. we are giving away a copy of your book. Sorry, I'm like,
that's okay.
Rice is falling out.
How yummy is
It's so good, actually. This is great. And we love sushi, and seaweed's also really good for you as well.
Seaweed, by the way, when our bodies are in perfect balance with the exact same mineral contents as the sea, most all of us adults and our kids are depleted in minerals. They need this sea vegetation and seaweed as much as possible.
And we're giving out a copy of this new cookbook, Share the Health Cookbook, which we have here. We picked our winner, Cheryl Neiman, if you're watching. Yay! Congratulations! We're going to send you a copy of Dr. Dena's book. Make sure you guys check out Dr. Dena's website, denashealthyyou.com. Thank you so much. We're going to snack on this. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You guys check her out. Thank you, Dr. Dena. Now our next guest here is someone who I've actually been on Dr. Bob's, let's just move this out the way here, Dr. Bob's radio show here, and such a fun time. We've become really great friends, and he's here to talk about getting kids active. We have Dr. Bob Weil here.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you? Wow.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for being on the show today. Now, we did have a video. We'll link it later on so that they could see what your program is all about, which kids beating obesity is really your passion.
Definitely is one of them.
Yes.
High performance athletes on the left and children beating obesity maybe on the right, maybe helping with the blessings in a backpack.
Yes.
Somewhere in the middle. One of the themes I know that you have at the show is returning to school, kids returning to school. So we really are excited about talking to you about sharing some ideas on keeping kids active, getting them to participate, cooking together as a family. You talk about sensible, healthy, delicious meals. It's great to hear with Dr. Dena talking about the emphasis on eating and food as far as prevention of problems and dealing with all sorts of problems. It seems like a day doesn't go by that we're not learning more information regarding eating well and staying out of trouble. So with the beginning of the school year, one of the things that we talk a lot about on the Sports Doctor, when we had you on sportsdoctorradio.com, you can catch our show if you go to the website. We were talking about, again, the importance of where food fits in, the challenge of school meals with children, and the idea of trying to get kids healthy. The video that you're going to see is called Pulling Your Own Weight. It's about a very simple, dynamic concept developed by Rick Osborne, who's written a few books on the subject, that if a young child can develop the ability to be light enough and strong enough to do an unassisted pull-up themselves, they can't be obese. They can't be obese according to BMI or any of the other measurements.
So we were talking about this before, where we are used to the BMI system of saying, you know, if your BMI is this percentage.
Yeah, the body mass index, which really is a measurement of height and weight, has nothing to do with muscle composition. Half the Olympic team would be obese. Half the Chicago Bears are obese if we use BMI as a measuring stick. So whether we're looking to motivate children to be more active, to take part in their own health, I wrote a series of articles on the Sports Doctor, Joanna, called Let's Get Them Walking. The idea, imagine everybody out there thinking about their children, whether it's kindergartners through high school, walking every day for a half hour. Tough sell for our school districts and school departments, making changes. Well, over the past decade or so, most school districts have omitted gym class. And this is a big challenge to keep kids active. Even there have been articles written on the learning readiness of children. The idea that children who are active are much more in tune to learning, to concentrating, to focusing. So
it's just like when we say when we work out, it clears your head.
Mental overhead.
Mental
overhead. So when we mix in some of the great stuff Momma Cuisine is doing, the idea that children can learn to participate to cooking healthy meals, and if they're participating and you start them early, it seems that they enjoy it. And they also can look at exercise the same way. If we don't make changes, we're looking at an epidemic. It's our country's largest epidemic, the epidemic of childhood obesity. Dwarfs almost anything else we've ever faced. And related concerns, whether it is hypertension, diabetes concerns, can be 3 to 5 times more expensive to take care of than a child who's not dealing with this. This could break us. So everybody has to be paying attention to that regard. Also, we talk a lot on the Sports Doctor about young athletes who are getting ready for fall sports.
Yes, so that's
They're getting back in action. How important is the nutrition side of this type of thing? It's very, very important. So you need to be paying attention to eating well. Junk food is out. You need to be smarter than that. And I think when you're talking about everyday meals, you're talking about meals that are easy to prepare, maybe something that can be done quickly.
Yeah, and I always say, when you learn how to cook for yourself, you're more mindful of the ingredients that go into your food, and you'll probably look for better ingredients, fresher ingredients, and try new things, which is, you know, what Great Everyday Meals is about. And I love what you're talking about, getting the kids to walk 30 minutes a day. Actually, the entire family should be walking together. And if you made that kind of your together time, maybe before dinner, and I know it is hard to make changes.
Competitive sports aren't fitness. And we need families and parents to understand that. The Sports Doctor, we pay a lot of attention to competitive sports. We write a lot about preventing injury. My particular profession is sports podiatry, the lower extremity, the feet. But competitive sports isn't fitness. It's not a lifestyle that you can do forever. Walking is a great combination activity. And many times it's the young kids who teach their mom and dad about what's important. You know, what do you think about some of the improvements that are being made in school lunches and that whole side of things?
I mean, you know, school lunches to me have a very long way
to go.
We have a long way to go with school lunches, and it's, I think, more and more parents wanting ideas. That's why our show is so important, to give ideas, because they want to pack lunches for their children. But we're also realistic. Tracy and I were talking yesterday how sometimes you just don't have the time to pack lunch.
Latchkey families, the time is a big, big challenge. This is one of the things we talk about a lot. Again, whether it's childhood obesity or high performance athletics. This fall, we're excited. My patient, the Naperville native, the license check, looking to come back to defend his gold medal. We're very excited about that.
Now,
if you want to read about that, go to sportsdoctorradio.com.
Sportsdoctorradio.com. There's lots of, you can see all and listen to all of Dr. Bob's shows, radio shows there, because they're all recorded.
Absolutely. The one featuring Momma Cuisine
is the best one, of course. Thank you for teaching us. If you want to ask him any questions, you can find him on Twitter, SportsDocRadio. Make sure, even Dr. Dena, Dena Mendez, you can find her on Twitter as well, and make sure that you ask them questions. They're there to ask questions and engage with you guys. Thank you so much for sharing what you know.
My pleasure. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much. Dr. Bob. He's so fun and lively, always a great person to be around, and you could tell just super passionate and what he does, which is so great, because we need people like that to keep encouraging us to do the right things and be healthy. Our last guest is someone who's been on the show before, healthy Jasmine Jafferali. She actually has, I'm gonna grab my phone because I wanna show you guys her app. I'm gonna log in here, so just I have tons of apps on my phone, but it's Snack Smart Solutions. Let's have her come on here, Jasmine. Yay! Hi. Thank you so much for trekking all the way from downtown Chicago. Let's move over here. Downtown Chicago up here to Naperville. So thanks for being on the show. I'm putting it up here because I want them to see Snack Smart Solution. They could download it on iPhone, iTunes,
and
Android, Google Play,
Amazon apps.
Okay, and it's, what is it?
It's $1.99.
$1.99. And tell us about the app, because I'm very excited about this.
So basically, the app was created because we tend to snack, as Americans, over 600 calories a day. And that is one meal. We snack that much. And we do a lot of mindless snacking out there. We're snacking in our car, and our moms are snacking on their kids' extra snacks, and then we kind of nibble off their plates what they're not eating. And that, on all those little bits and bites, adds up, as we are seeing, 600 calories extra a day. And we just don't need to be snacking that much per day. That's actually almost one meal. So what I wanted to do is that, what I figured out is that people weren't understanding how to snack smartly. So we were eating carrots. While it's a nice choice, it's not a smart choice because it's not balanced. While we're eating a piece of fruit, and that's great, but it's not going to help sustain us to get us to our next meal. So what the app provides is 40 different snack solutions that are all paired with good fats, fiber, and protein. So it's got about 3 to 5 grams of fiber per snack. we have about 7 to 10 grams of protein per snack and about 5 to 7 grams of good fats per snack. So what it does, each snack helps sustain blood sugars to carry us over to the next meal. And then it actually helps improve concentration, because when we're hungry, we can't think, we can't focus. And when we're talking with our kids, what's the number one thing they need to be doing all day? Thinking and focusing and working on that concentration. So if they're eating a lot of high carbohydrate type of meals and snacks, they're gonna have all these blood sugar crashes, and they're not gonna sustain.
They're so moody.
And they get moody. So we talk to moms, and you know, they got the child that's throwing their bodies on the floor at like 3 o'clock. Well, what did you feed them? Well, they had cereal for breakfast, and then goldfish for a snack, and then they had you know, peanut butter and jelly, and then they had another, you know, some chips as a snack.
And, and a soda to chase it all down.
Look at all these carbs. We're not doing anything with the protein, the good fats.
Well, over here is you have all these different like snack bars. There's fruit snacks.
So fruit snacks, which is actually made with real fruit, not the gummy stuff.
And if I click, so let's click on fruit snacks. So there's antioxidants, we always need more.
Antioxidant delight, so this is one of my favorites. It's a half a cup of blueberries with a 1/4 cup of slivered almonds and a touch of honey with some cinnamon. And each snack, as you can see when you click on the title of the snack, it'll give the name of so it's usually around 200 calories for that breakfast snack, and it's something that's quick and easy to make on the go.
This will help not only for yourself when during the day you're running around, you're at work, home, doing everything that you need to do, but ideas, because we always need more ideas to packing for lunch. For the kids and their snacks.
And there's no rules that saying you can when you're packing a lunch, you can actually use this as a guide. You can maybe pack two little smaller snacks into their lunch to provide one bigger meal, and it gives them enough variety, and so that's gonna satisfy their need for salt and their need for sweetness and their need for satiety. So one of my favorite sections is the 3 p.m. snack slump.
Ugh, we all, we're all eating.
What are we doing around 2, 3 o'clock? Where's the coffee? Where's the coffee? And what we're doing is that's the big time for major blood sugar crashes. And so what we need to do, so what the snacks provide in the app at the 3 p.m. is like all these foods at the 3 p.m. time slot have been paired to synergistically create energy in the body. So while bananas actually are relaxing, they actually increase serotonin levels and make you a little more sleepy. So we want to eat bananas more at the evening snack attack.
I think we were talking about this before, like bananas. So she told me, oh yeah, bananas help, you know, you go to sleep. I said, okay, so when the kids get home from school, they're all eating bananas. They're all in bed, 6 o'clock.
We're all in bed by 7 o'clock, right? Yeah, totally get it. So
not so smart if you still want to go a few more hours.
Right. So in the evening snack attack, actually all the foods have been paired to actually help boost serotonin levels to help you get ready for that dreamland that we're all kind of waiting and wanting for.
And actually that's great, because if you think about how connected we are online and how hyper, like our minds are always going so quickly, it's hard to unwind from everything. So to naturally do that is really good to get a good night's rest.
Foods is what, you know, the doctor, what Dena said was that it provides, it's the fuel for our bodies down to the cellular level, and we really have to think about how we're feeding our bodies. You know, and you know, I just want to. There's a lot of publicity going on about food dyes right now, and we don't really truly understand that food dyes actually really wreaks havoc on our brain chemistry. And so while food dyes are actually banned in Europe, they're still proved to be safe here to be eaten. So you're not going to find anything like that on the snack app. There's going to be no food dyes, nothing with fruit preservatives. It's going to be all real foods. But let's look at one color component called yellow number 5. Okay, so where do we see yellow? Where do you see yellow?
Yellow, like boxed mac and cheese.
Boxed mac and cheese. Thank you. I'm so glad you said that. that's what I was hoping.
There's a lot of, we didn't talk about this.
No, we didn't. I didn't coach her at all. No coaching. So yellow number 5, actually, it's been proven that it actually leads to poor concentration and poor memory skills.
Oh, and kids are eating.
So what do we feed our kids at lunch, right?
They even sell in restaurants, which is gross, because you could buy that for like 89 cents. And then you're paying $5.99 for like the microwavable.
So, you know, we want to think about the, I mean, while it looks really pretty and it's really stimulating to the brain, but you can easily make your own mac and cheese.
And I'll show you how.
This is the woman's going to show you how to make a very tasty, creamy mac and cheese. So that's what we we want to be more conscious of how those food dyes alter our brain chemistry for our children. Red increases hyperactivity. Blue can actually increase, brain tumors. So we got to really think more closely about the colors and the false colors of the foods that we're feeding our children.
You have such great tips. I love it so much, and it makes it easier. App definitely helps because it is hard to navigate through a lot of these things, especially if you're changing from an old diet and changing, but it's all about the small, one step at a time, inch by inch, and it is making it part of your lifestyle. Dr. Dena was talking about it, Dr. Bob, Jasmine's talking about it, and slowly, and obviously with their help, they're on Twitter, and that's free. You can see them as much as you want and ask questions, and really the tools that we have here, it's really great to learn as much as we can, and what's great is there's always someone that could help. And everyone has their different style, and you'll find you'll find what style works for you. And the thing is, it's back to school. It's we want the kids to be healthy, you to be healthy, to keep up with everything that they're doing. So I hope that you learned something today. Make sure you check out healthyjasmine.com.
Yes, and if you like Snack Smart Solutions on Facebook, I'm going to be asking a pop quiz question later on today from this show and giving away a Happy Family snack pack for you to start your school year off right.
Oh, that's
awesome. So you have to like Snack Smart Solutions. We'll wait for the pop quiz question to come on up, and then I'll choose a winner from there.
Awesome. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Live with Momma Cuisine. Join us next month where we actually have a special broadcast straight from Social Media Week right here in Chicago. We're going to be downtown Chicago for Social Media Week. It's going to be Wednesday, September 25th from 1 to 2 p.m. We're going to have a great lineup of surprise guests. We can't tell you yet. Some celebrity guests that you guys have seen all over television, nationally and locally. So make sure you save the date, September 25th, 1 to 2 p.m. live from Social Media Week. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Momma Cuisine on Twitter and Facebook. It's facebook.com/Momma Cuisine. And just keep up with us. We'll have this again recorded for anyone who hasn't seen it. Make sure you tune into next month, which I just said. I'm like, next month. Make sure you tune in next month, basically, is the name of the game. And thank you all again for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this month's show. We'll see you next time.